All right, who's got housekeeping?
You mean recap?
Yeah, recap. Sorry, recap.
So last week, we mainly spent some time doing some of the different festival games, primarily consisting of the archery, hand-to-hand combat, weapon combat, and magic combat. Brain won the archery ultimately. Callan won hand-to-hand. Dave won weapon, and Din won the magic fighting. And they each got special rewards. And that's where I dipped out.
Gotcha.
We argued for an hour and a half.
Yeah, that was really essentially it, because then the last hour and a half was completely unproductive, going back and forth about what we were going to do this week.
That's fair. What did you guys decide?
Oh, really?
Well,
Sorry, my camera has turned off.
and sorry, quick side note on that. That's another reason why I think those things are a good thing, Noah, because you even told us, hey, talk about it on Facebook, discuss amongst yourselves and everything. So that's the time that we can use those spots to have those conversations outside of it if something like this comes up.
Yes.
Fair enough.
So what did you guys decide then?
Looking back through the Discord, it looks like the biggest push is to go to Aborigine.
And Keelan got a staff.
And I got a staff.
Yeah, majority vote was going to Barry Hopper.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Who was majority that voted? I guess that's my question.
Alan, Marilla, Bjork, Ethnic, Day.
Brain.
Well, no, Brain wanted to go to Utah, but he's gonna go wherever.
Wherever Day goes.
Yeah.
And then Din, Avo, and Brain were pushing for Uto.
But again, Brain is following me now, so Din,
Right.
Avo, and I guess Kurik, if you have a problem.
I don't know that Q, because Q doesn't have a personal attachment to someone he doesn't know.
That's
Half of them don't. It's a community game.
He technically hasn't been invited to the party, has he?
He hasn't been invited to the party. He's not. He's been kind of party adjacent, but isn't.
Right.
I haven't had, because last game I didn't really play, and so except for the end, and so.
I would also say at the same, if you're not like, I understand some people like not being like adjacent to like Hopper or whatever. Also, Callan wants to go for other reasons other than just Hopper, but at the same time, a lot of people don't have connections to Uto either. And it's just something to go along with because it's either more exciting or more adventurous or whatever. So
Yeah.
It's like, you know, all these new characters don't really have any connection to Din or to Uto either. I mean, as far as we know, I could be wrong about that. I don't know.
State for my two reasons for Uto was my personal reason of getting it back, and then B, getting my powerful items to fight pain.
my entire race has been hell-bent on destroying that city for now.
Yeah, Day actively wants to avoid going to Uto, but she's with the party now.
But at the same time, I also said that like this is not too far out of our way. And in fact, it would be backtracking to go there later. It's going to be a quick stop, and there could be information and sources that would be helpful there. Now, I get that, like Kai and I fully realize that we may be the only ones going off to Hopper, and that's fine. And everybody else is welcome to stay at the monastery and use the library and do research and get read and prepare, and that's fine. We get that, but it's like this is a very slightly out of the way detour that could also be beneficial to the party as a whole.
I would just like to say, as Uto is pretty populous, I feel like the moment we make a move on that city / forest, our names are going to be everywhere. So
we finally need a kick butt name.
There is a popular city on the entire continent, as far as I remember. or a singular major city, I should say.
I don't know what else is on Silent Pravati.
It's pretty much just Yuto, the dwarves, the elves, and the goblins.
Nope.
No, not anymore. That's what it used to be.
No,
Uh-oh.
that's not even what it used to be. You're forgetting all the port towns. You forget about the stuff towards the south. The only place that you guys have been in Silent Pravati has been Yuto, but there's a lot there that was never explored that hasn't changed.
Also, myself as the player and myself as a character do not know why we're going to Yuto and like wanting to overthrow it or whatever. Like, I don't know what the story is. Like, and I don't know if all the new players may know what the deal is. Like, I just don't know the reason or the history behind it.
I don't know if it's even been
All right. I had some
been
pepperoni paninos or whatever. It was only 3 cards for a whole pack.
Noah,
Hey, Noah,
Noah,
can you
mute
mute
yourself.
If you go somewhere that has a good salary, maybe.
Noah, mute yourself.
Oh, hold on.
I did it.
I'm back though.
Oh, so you can unmute yourself, but you can't mute yourself. Got it.
I thought I hit mute. I'm sorry. I hit
You
the
have some
video instead.
pepperoni pizza.
No,
You know
no.
what? I really hope you enjoy your salad. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you choke on it.
I didn't have a friggin' pepperoni pizza. I had like some pepperoni. Like,
I muted him again. It's fine.
I unmuted myself again. I'm
Okay,
unmuted.
Sabrina's right.
Sabrina says be nice.
Yeah, Noah, be nice. Which
Noah.
Noah?
Which Noah? I was about to say.
Anyways, what I was saying was I don't know that it's been explicitly laid out in detail that this is a plan that Din has.
Yeah.
It hasn't. Every time I wanted to go into it, it was like, let's go to the castle because the centaur knocks the door. Let's do an Archie competition.
Yeah.
And so every time we talk about it, it's like, let's go elsewhere. I'm like, God damn it.
Well, now you'll be
But-
in a central place that'll have a bunch of maps, and you'll be able to plan.
Yeah, but
Yay.
if
Now I
we're
can see the
you know
world map.
getting together and planning throughout the 2 weeks, I believe it would come up.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
I also personally have not been asked yet. So, sorry.
No, I'm that was not a knock against you. That was me merely making a statement of fact.
Let's jump into this thing, and then everyone's gonna have their chance to regroup. By the way, Sabrina, are you able to speak as well, or are you just typing?
No, I can speak as long as Homeboy's being cool.
Okay, cool.
He's chilling right now, but we'll just see if that lasts.
Buddy,
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
guys, he did the cutest thing earlier today. This morning, as soon as I had woken up, that Sabrina was like, "Hey, I'm gonna pass him off to you for a few minutes," and I put him up on my chest and then brought the covers up over him to like sort of bundle him in, and he was just like fighting it, and like squirmed all the way up here to my head and stuff near pillow territory. So I just sat him up on my chest, and I was just looking at him because I was laying down, and then I was like, "Fine, you ready to do this?" And I go, "Wee!" Just like hold him up over my head, and he goes, He's like laughing. It was just the cutest thing ever. It was so sweet. Little guy, little man. All right, so let's do this thing.
Okay.
You guys are still in High Point. You guys are you've just finished up 2 weeks worth of lovely archery, of fighting, and there are cool rewards, and there have been fish gills that have been gathered, and robes that have been bestowed, and staffs that have been created, and all seems well. However, you guys are now left with this sort of pivotal moment where you guys are actually deciding what comes next. So what does come next? What comes next is that you guys return to the tavern where you guys were, Travelers Inn. And at Travelers Inn, you're just sort of hanging out. You can be there the next morning for breakfast and all that sort of stuff. And I believe that I'm going to set you guys up that basically the group meets in a tavern. You know, it's almost the exact same sort of trope that I've been avoiding for a few years. But you know what? You guys meet in a tavern, and it's time for you guys to discuss where you're heading. The story is yours.
Where are we in the tavern?
Downstairs.
Okay. What time is it?
It's early morning. It's
Alright.
breakfast time, so around 7:38ish.
What's for breakfast?
What's for breakfast? What's for breakfast is the best question I've heard in a minute. Breakfast consists of lynx sausages and for you more picky veggie eater peoples who's not 100% trusting of where the sausage may have come from. You guys can be provided a bowl of lettuce and wilted greens that sort of are put in with sort of like a grit, like a grits type deal that's sort of stirred up. So it's almost like a pseudo salad, but it's like a breakfasty salad because you know they have chopped up eggs in there with the grits and with like a little wilted green thing, and it's topped with like a very sweet, almost like a syrup.
May I ask one dumb question?
Sure.
How many days has it been since Din has eaten? Meh.
Yeah, man.
Meh. All right, I'm gonna go with 4 and say no, he hasn't eaten yet. So no,
Yeah,
he's
probably
not need
hasn't
to eat.
Probably needs to eat.
Well, he needs 7 days. So
Brain is gonna go toe to toe for Din, like plate for plate.
oh boy. So all right, then fine. Let me go consume 4 days of food. Let's do this.
So sitting at the table, I imagine we're poring over maps, and I probably have a extra map that plots out some of my little known sea paths.
Yeah.
No.
I'll be sitting beside Yorick
paths?
and poring over those with him.
Brain is sitting on the portion of the map that denotes whatever the one is that looks like a machine gun that I can never remember the name.
Oh, that's the undiscovered one right now.
The undiscovered one. He's sitting on that.
Would I know
don't
what
know
the
if I have that
undiscovered one
one.
is?
No.
Okay.
No. Outside of your realm of travel.
Question.
Sir.
For Yorick, not for DM,
Oh,
but may also serve as DM question. Does Yorick know how to like activate the ship in the bottle?
no.
No. Okay. Would Yorick be willing to let the trained arcane wizard be examining that?
Did you ask?
I will RP it.
Well, please.
All right.
Can I ask a dumb question first? This is my dumb
What's-
question. You said trained arcane wizard. Do you have a degree?
Dr.
No.
Professor
Technically,
Chiron. Only brain is the certified doctor.
Professor
No, my-
in the school year, so he automatically gets an associate's.
Hey, I have a law degree.
If there's a
And I'm
degree on the wall,
judge.
I haven't seen it.
Yorick,
Yes.
sorry to interrupt. I know you and Day are doing pretty much the hardest part, but can I see the Silver Tongue ship, please, in the bottle? If we're going to use it, we might as well figure out how to use it.
Oh, I figured it'd just come out. Isn't that how magic items work? They just happen?
Not always, and especially not if this is the kind where like everything grows, including the glass bottle, which will then crush us or explode or a myriad of other horrible fates.
I have never known any to do that, but if you think it would be safer to examine it.
Thank you. And I'm gonna sit down next to Yorick, so Yorick can still have control over his ship, because you shouldn't deprive a ship captain of a ship.
Right.
So I will be examining it. Do I need to? Oh wait, I have my detect magic robes thing. What kind of magic is it, good sir?
so there isn't actually a dedicated, well, go ahead and well, you're casting the spell effectively, but go ahead and roll a d20 anyways for investigation.
Oh, yay! Something I'm good at.
Natural 1.
No. No, thank you, but no. No. That's a 27.
27,
close.
holy cow. Yeah.
9 plus 18.
So you know it's not like an illusion. You can see there's a real ship in the bottle there, but it's probably some sort of almost like transmutation, but maybe even that's a little bit of a stretch because you can't exactly identify a school of magic without seeing it truly in action. But it does actually have the little glow around it whenever you're doing your detect magic. And you're certainly able to see that it's a very powerful piece of magic that's within this little bottle.
Does the can I tell if the glass is the magic or the ship is the magic?
The ship is certainly the magic.
The ship is the magic.
What
Okay.
if we just break the glass?
Well, the glass isn't magical, so
What if we just break
that's
the
good-
glass?
No one dropped
Then-
the bottle.
No,
I mean,
I'm not going to drop
once,
the bottle.
once we're in the water.
Yeet the bottle.
Yes, I think breaking the glass over water is far enough back so that we're not hit by whatever size ship this is. You know
Well,
how big the ship is?
what if I just uncork it?
That
I mean,
would work
yeah,
too,
again,
I guess.
when we're near the water.
Yeah, when we're near
Of
the
course,
water.
hold it towards the water, and then maybe just
Or like hold it over the water. And
who
sure.
question? Who among us has mage hand? Just in case.
I have hands.
Not that kind, brain.
No,
but
little
thank you.
dude.
Well, I'm a mage and I have hands. Does that count?
no, the spell.
I have a
Yes.
few extra hands on me.
Would Q be there right now?
I mean, I think so.
I can mage hand my extra hand over to him.
I'd rather not risk losing your arm again. We only just got that one
No,
back.
I have one in my backpack.
Why?
Excuse
Of
me.
course you do. Of course you do.
Hi, yeah. What's up?
Yes?
Jen,
Yours
Yeah,
better
you
than
I
mine.
froze.
hate to interrupt, but
Sorry, we can hear you
what'd
now.
you say?
You froze for a second. We can hear you now.
Oh, sorry. Okay. I believe I might be able to be of service. You see, I have been seeking your party for quite some time and have heard wonderful things about you. And in the last few days, just interacting with you guys in passing, it seems you might be in need of skills that I can provide.
And what exactly are the skills that you would be providing?
Mage hand, for example, among others.
You're hired.
Hold on. Well, we have been taking on a lot of people lately.
Hi, you're not going to be picky right now, are you?
That's true.
We welcome all sorts of people on my ship.
As you say that you welcome all sorts of people, one of the archery participants who is there among one of the traveling archers just happens to show up, walk into the tavern and grabs a few of the sausage links and grabs a few of a little bowl of the grit.
Hey, I'd
Hey,
stay away
what
from
about her?
it's nasty. You don't want that.
As soon as they walk in, I just point right over to them and say, "Hey, you want to join?"
I
Got
did
good
notice-
aim.
I did notice them at the archery competition.
They talk
I
about
would
you.
like to clarify, are we talking about me?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I just want to make sure.
Center, inner stage right.
Okay,
What
I
was-
just wanted to be confident.
No, the
No,
other
no,
archer.
Darkness?
There
The
was
other
a
one.
girl that
The one
did
behind
that.
you. The one behind you, not you. Sorry.
Huh? What?
Okay, I'm
Noah.
so sorry. What did Yorick say?
I point to Zenith and say, "What about you? Do you want to join
Join what?
our merry band of misfits?"
An
On a
adventuring
mission to
company.
save the world.
That's-
Of
We've
course.
done that.
Well, we need
Again,
to save
apparently.
it again. Yes,
Mm.
That sounds
We're-
exciting.
we're an adventuring company and we're seeking to expand our membership.
What kind of
And-
adventures are you doing?
the daring kind, saving the world, righting wrongs.
But mostly going to Barry's old friend right now.
Well, that's
And
yes.
and prepare for a upcoming endeavor.
That's vague.
Uh,
Where are you headed?
Aborigine.
Salin Pravati by means of Aborigine.
I've heard of
Right.
more direct routes, but
Oh.
yeah.
And I believe a pit stop in Lux and Solder, right?
What's in Lex and Solda?
Literally just a place for you guys to refuel because you're talking about a massive, expansive journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've never had to make pit stops before.
Lux,
Well, you've always had Tavo. Yeah, I was about to say.
Lux and Solda, I know it well. I served on the High Court there for quite some time.
Really?
Yes, you did. Yep.
Oh, you're a legal person?
I myself am Kurik Degas. I think, yes, Denias. I'm Kurik Denias.
No, you couldn't be.
You know me?
Unfortunately, yes.
Oh, dig.
Yorick, is there something you need to tell us?
Why are
Privately
you
later?
why are you here now?
As I said, I have been seeking out this party and hearing of the fantastic things that they have been accomplishing. And I took a leave of absence from my prior position in order to expand my wings, as it were.
Okay.
Wait, so
Sorry.
go ahead, Kaylin.
There are individuals in this party that have drawn my interest over the years, or at least prior individuals of this party, just kind of looking around. And I wish to explore an adventure and maybe have the opportunity to save the world if it comes to it.
And I'm assuming you are also here for the coin.
The what?
Loot, plunder, the things that come along with being an adventuring person.
Oh, my good sir, money is of no matter to me.
Of course it's not.
Yorick, we need to talk about this later.
Is it because you don't understand it, like Brain?
Good.
No, it's because I.
Now I have a question.
Yes.
What's a high court?
It's like high tea.
So Brain is a little dude, right?
He's 3 foot tall and a goblin, and he's sitting on the table right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so Q would get on eye level with Brain, and High Court is where bad people go, or people who have made mistakes or done things against the law go, and we find out whether they actually did it or not.
What's a
Brain, it's actually a place where innocent people are sentenced to death.
Oh,
A better one.
So there-
Not
is
in war.
Yeah, never
There's,
mind.
there's no men in the high court?
wow. Like it.
If possible, when she says bad people, I'm just gonna kind of like look at Den and be like,
I wasn't
him a
the one
knowing-
sentence. Thank you very much.
I'm just giving you a knowing look. I'm not saying anything, but it's like you dealt with this person before, didn't you?
Notice that look. He has a very high passive perception. I have seen some in your party before in my court, and although some of the rulings that happened around I might not have agreed with, your party certainly made an impression, which is why I traveled all the way from Lux and Solda in order to find you guys.
All that I ask is that you.
That's
Buddy.
The baby too.
Oh, I thought it was a cat. All that. Fuck.
Uh,
You said your name is Kurik, right?
Yes, but you can call me Q if you would like to.
Well, Q, all that I really ask is that you don't hold any previous grudges from any interaction with the members of my party. Presence.
Well, don't try to arrest us or anything.
That too.
As I am on leave of absence, I am not currently an officer of the law. I have knowledge of the law, but I am not acting upon it.
What the hell are you talking about?
Hey, I'm an officer of the law right now.
You were let go.
Fuck.
It was not let go.
I'm gonna go up for a 5th plate.
I'll go up for one as well.
Hey, Brian, bring me back some bacon.
Ah,
Eh,
And some sausage too.
not the
no.
sausage. Don't eat the sausage.
Don't eat the sausage. I agree
You
with
really
Day on this
don't
one.
want to eat that sausage.
I agree with Day on this one.
I
Don't-
bring Bay
My stomach has
Work
eaten
back
far
bacon.
worse.
I
Sorry,
grabbed
what, Casey?
sausage.
I said I bring Bay back some sausage and I bring York back some bacon.
Legend.
I'm taking the bacon. This is no. sorry.
We swap.
Yeah.
So, bartender, or barkeep, I guess I should say.
Well, howdy. What can I get for you?
Is there a open dock somewhere near here?
I've got some open duck in the back. It's pretty tasty, but I wouldn't recommend it for breakfast. A little bit too gamey.
No, I've already seen where the dock is. I have thought that far ahead.
Well, no, okay, that's good. Then
Yeah, we can
excellent.
find a space. It's fine.
All right. Never mind, bartender. Thank you for your kind offer, though.
Yeah, good.
Brain.
Good to hear.
Ah,
Oh, do you want some duck?
some.
You want
Bird.
some duck?
Can I? My good man.
Jason Morse.
Becky, let me see.
No, stop. Maggie, let me
Oh, I'm
smash.
so dead. The necromancer tried to bring me back to life, but he died too.
Maggie. All right, serious.
Yes, I would love some duck.
Good man.
Man? Where?
Bartender, could you get some duck for my good friend here?
Sure.
To go, I guess. I assume we're almost ready, or
I mean, yeah. Is there anything else we need to do?
I'm ready if you are.
So we have the path semi plotted out. I'm not sure how much this has changed. This is kind of an older map, but it should be fine.
Why would it
These
change?
are typically not.
Hey,
these
Noah,
are typically
looking
not.
over it, would I be able to tell if he's got the right map or the wrong one?
It's been upside down this whole time, but yeah, it's the right one.
Okay, just to see if worlds have changed. Because I mean, I don't know what Yorick's timeline would be like, what his maps would be like compared to mine.
Yeah. No, I see what you're saying. They're about the same. I'll get you a map real quick.
Hey,
Oh. Ah.
Sorry.
maps,
Casey's dying.
There's now a bunch of like greasy fingerprints all over the map too, by the way.
Yeah, it's part of the course.
I can clear that up for you. Prestidigitation. I mean, hold on. Let me get my magic word machine.
I mean,
Bibbidi
prestidigitation is
bobbidi boo.
complicated enough to be a magic word on its own.
It's just dot.
Is my safe word.
It's just dot. My magic word for prestidigitation is just dot.
Just say presto, and you don't have to say the whole word, and it still counts.
Pista
like
pasta
dot.
booster pooster. That's my magic word. but-
That's better. I appreciate.
Skid-
That's like
Skedaddle, skadoodle.
Skedaddle, skedoodle, your ticket's now a noodle.
Ba-ba-da-da, ba-ba.
Can we make that a spell, please, DM?
What?
Yes, I'll fucking homebrew that shit.
That's a spell that Avo has on hand at all times.
100%.
Oh my god.
Was Avo still playing Witch?
Avo, we got you a new spell.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I did all that work last session to get his swords ready. And I haven't been able to talk to him yet.
Swords aren't as important as The Witcher 3.
So
Eh.
DM
Yeah,
Noah,
Yes.
I believe that my map would be of, I guess, D1 as it was before the collapse.
That's correct.
So he's just going off of what he knows because I'm not even sure he really
Wait.
comprehends what happened in the collapse either.
But that means that Sphericles and Velida wouldn't be there?
Yeah.
right.
Hence the reason it's upside down. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It actually looks like one of the grease stains is what you guys have been assuming has been Sphericles. And
Buddy,
Velida
someone
there.
tell-
Did you get
me
this
that
map
I
at an
have a-
antique shop or something?
Does someone have a new map that I can compare notes?
Would I not have a new map?
Yeah, you have a newer map.
Look, here. I mean, Sphericles isn't even on here. Where'd you get this?
I mean,
That's a grease stain.
Oh my god, it is.
but don't make fun of my maps. It's
Somebody totally
been a
ripped you off,
while.
man.
Okay, which continent is which on this map, Noah?
Sphericles is top right.
Big boy map.
Like the corner or like the
Yes.
starfish?
Corner.
The starfish is Lux and Solda. Nox and
That's
Lunda
Lux
is the
and Solda?
yes. Nox and
Okay.
Lunda's diagonally down and left, right there.
Okay.
Um,
The Abrus are the
there's-
ones right beside each other,
All
right?
right. Can I
Yeah,
have just
Abram-
one moment to like just know his map because like I haven't seen a map in forever. So the one top right is Sphericles. The
Mhm.
starfish is Nox and Lunda.
No,
Lux
this
and
Lux and
Solda.
Lux and
Solda.
Solda. Lux and Solda is which one? The light one or the
The
dark
light.
Light.
one? Light. And Nox and Solda is
Nox and
Nox and
Lunda.
Lunda is
Lunda.
dark.
Nox and Lunda. God, I need that on a
But-
list.
After the collapse, it had
Okay.
had daylight, so we don't really know what. I would maybe know what Nox and Lunda is like now, but y'all wouldn't know if Nox and Lunda, what state that
Mhm.
would be in.
Yeah,
Because
man.
after the collapse, Nox and Lunda was experiencing daylight for like an unprecedented amount of time.
Kai would
Yeah.
know pre
sorry,
before
before-
wish. But
Q would know. Q is from Nox and Lunda, and so Q has lived in Nox and Lunda since the collapse. So
Okay.
that is
So
yeah.
Q, you said that you served on the High Court on Lux and Solda, but I believe the first time that you were introduced, you said Nox and Lunda.
I am from Nox and Lunda and attended law school in Lux and Solda,
Okay.
Where you served on the High Court.
where I served on the High Court.
Okay. That makes because I know you said something about you had been on the court or whatever for Hova's case in Nox and Lunda.
Okay. Which one is Forska Drow?
Have these labeled, please.
Okay. And
There
Salin
is one
Pravati.
closer. That's not the one that you guys have.
And where's Salin Pravati?
It's
Okay,
the,
I'll be back with you
Okay.
guys. I
And then
gotta-
where's Decrum Tilbury?
it's the one right next to it.
So then the one that looks kind of like a little alligator man with the lakes in his middle is the one we don't know about.
That's no, the one.
Not the big one at the bottom, the one
The-
to the left of
yeah.
Yeah,
Forska Drow.
the one that looks like a gun.
Okay. And then the little tiny one is Zaris, right?
Little
That's Oakwood Aldoin.
Oh, that's what we're doing. Okay, cool. That's where
Zaris
I'm
is
from.
like barely on the map. I
Zaris
think.
is somewhere small.
Zaris is right there. Right where the
Right. Because you
cursor
wanted
is.
to strand me there, and I was like, that is too big and civilized.
Where is so I'm sorry, I've never actually asked, but where is Lex and Solda?
Lux and Solda is the starfish.
The starfish? Okay. That's what I
Alright.
need to know.
And
Alright, can I
Belvedere is
have- oh,
freaking
sorry.
huge at the bottom.
Can I have this like all like one more time so I can like write this down because I'm awful with maps unless it's like labeled for me.
Eventually, it's going to be posted somewhere.
Right.
already
It's
is.
just,
Where's
well,
it
But it
it's
is?
labeled,
Where's it posted?
It's posted up on the wiki, I believe.
but is
Is
it labeled?
One of them is labeled,
Okay. When we're
Oh,
doing,
but no, I mean, we can still take the time. That's fine. So
which is
I'll,
not labeled.
okay. All right, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
This big thing down here in the bottom left-hand corner,
Okay.
Validator.
Validare.
This big thing up here in the corner, Spiricles.
All right.
This is Lux and Solda.
Okay.
This is Nox and Lunda. This is Salin Pravati. This is Forsco Drow. This, are you still following?
Mm-hmm.
This is Oakley Baldoin. This is Dekram Tulbree. This is Abergini. This is Abermina. This, no one knows.
Okay.
I thought they were flipped. Aborigine and Abermina.
They are, I'm sorry, I did miss.
All right.
Yeah,
And so
Aborigines the. Oh, no, that's right. That's
and so Luxon, Solda, and Nox and Lunda. I keep forgetting which one's the one of the light, which one of the dark.
Lux means light in Latin.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know that. I'm
Nox
sorry.
means night in Latin.
I
Okay.
took 6 years of Latin and I didn't even learn that from my Latin
So
years.
Nox and Lunda is of the night. Okay. Thank you. All right. And Yuto, just for my clarification, is that little dark spot next to the ridges of Salem Bravati, right? Roughly?
Uto is in the very smack dang center of it.
Okay, it's in the center of all those mountains.
Yeah.
Okay.
and
There's
uh,
a single huge valley where Uto is.
It's
right.
right here.
I'm not
That's
seeing.
not Salin Pravati.
What are you talking about?
Uto?
Oh, I didn't know you were talking about Utah. Sorry, I thought you were talking about something else.
Wait, like Deline? I also don't know where that is.
which one is Nox and Lunda again? I'm very
The
sorry.
one on the bottom.
Bottom.
South
It's
Pole.
it's that like, yeah, it's the arrow, almost arrow looking one.
Okay. Yeah, I couldn't keep up with that. Oh well, I'll find out another day.
Okay, so Nox and Lunda, Lux and Solda, Salin Pravati, the Abrus, Oinkly Baldoin, Forsco Drow is that like it's thingamabobber. Hook is the fishing hook.
Yeah.
Dekram Tulvree is the one next to Salin Pravati?
Yes.
Yes, okay. And Noah, as in Noah Woodyard, this is for me. Where the hell is Delete? Because I have that written down as 2 places. Okay, so it's in Forsco Drow. Okay. Where? Right there? In the mountains? Got it. Okay, roughly around there. All right. Thank you. I have been so confused on where things are. Which is why I really haven't wanted to say anything where I have no idea where we are, where we're going. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
Does that make sense, to everybody?
Yeah. Labeled
So-
map.
So I will take the time to, comparing the notes from the 2 different maps and making the markings for the paths on the newer map, and potentially plotting even like a quick route that we could take from Spiricles to Lux and Solda for the pit stop, unless Day knows of a better route there. But otherwise, I'm fairly certain my route would be the best to get to Aborigine.
All right.
And so,
So-
sorry.
I was just going to ask, are you guys y'all done? You ready to
I-
get the show on the road?
Just wanted to clarify for the entire group here. The first route is to Abergine to the monastery. Part of the group will be burying Hopper, and the other half will be doing whatever, whether it be studying or whatever else is there.
No. We're
No,
going to Callan's monastery first,
which is
where Callan will deposit those of us who are not going to bury Hopper. They'll go do
okay.
come back and
Yeah.
get him.
Yeah. And also, I mean, I also have stuff that I have to do at the monastery, but I'm going to be doing both. But yeah, I can get you guys access to the library and to the people who can answer any questions you might want to have. Like the head of my order is super old. They know a whole lot of stuff. Like basically anything you may want to know, they may have an answer to. So
Are we ready to go?
well,
do we have supplies?
Yorick,
Yeah.
do you have jobs for us? I assume I don't know if this ship will have a crew, so is there something that like do you want to give us jobs or assignments?
Absolutely. I have been thinking about this over the past 2 weeks that we've been together. I, of course, will be captaining the ship since it's my ship. We would need a quartermaster, a boatswain, a navigator. If there's any weapons on board, we'll definitely have some gunners. I suppose it really depends on the layout of the ship whenever we actually get on there. But given Day's experience already on ships, I believe that she would be best suited for either the boatswain or the quartermaster.
Who would? Oh, never mind.
Any preference there, Day?
I don't know if Day's here.
I think she
Okay.
went something to eat.
Day is AFK, and by AFK I mean playing AFK Arena. Today's sponsor.
Oh my god!
You're gonna get a suit. You're gonna get a suit.
Wait,
She did.
Oh,
She did say
good.
in chat
Yeah.
she prefers boatswain, but she'll do
who's
whatever.
first mate then?
Oftentimes the quartermaster fulfills that role, but if we have a plethora of people, why not?
It doesn't matter
I
to
don't
me.
think we have enough people to be able to justify.
Right. So if Day is
That
the
is the first
boatswain,
time in the history of this campaign has someone said, I don't think we have enough people to justify playing.
Suddenly, Cabro descends and casts 1,000
I
unseen
will
servants.
fucking suplex Cabro-Lee. I
He's already
swear.
here.
He's right there. He's the man
No,
behind the
he's not
man.
there anymore. He's not there anymore.
No, he's not there.
All right.
Mm.
So Chiron would probably be a good quartermaster due to his intelligence and the ability to magically move things and sort things and label things and
Mhm.
clean things like such.
I'll gladly accept the position.
that is a good point.
That's all right with the rest of you guys.
I can vouch for Avo being a good gunman.
I think Avo would be a really strong gunman as well. I had to run errands, so he's at the house, but I don't know that he is listening. In right
That's
this second.
that is why I'm saying that.
Okay, good.
As for the navigators, it wouldn't hurt to have at least 2 of them. Lorilla, I know, studies the stars. Is that right?
Star map.
I've never been anywhere, but I do have a pretty good star map, and I think I could get us somewhere.
Right, and so perhaps with the help of Lucrecia, we can put the 2 of your brains together. I'm not sure. It seems like she deals with some sort of ships. Unless there's another more suited, more well-traveled person that would be.
I mean, I can't read maps, but I have people who
I
can.
would argue that Q could probably assist. I grew up as Q. I grew up in and around the shipyards of Nox and Lunda, and frequently the friends that I had were all on and around and living on ships, and so perhaps I could help in some area.
I
Okay.
would also say, excuse
yeah.
the baby. He was kind of mad. But Zenith has spent like the last 100 years traveling from festival to festival every month or so by ship, so she could probably be helpful.
Sorry, I had to go get food. What did I miss?
I think he got
You've
boatsman.
been you've been promoted to bosun.
Eat.
Zenith with the navigation. I believe that
Well-
would be a good fit for you.
I have a question though.
Yes.
Like logically, we have a lot of navigators already, and Herkina would make her a really good gunner, wouldn't it? Would it not?
That's true too.
We also need
I-
people to hoist the sails and do all the riggings and that sort of thing.
She's very nimble, right?
I can.
She's willing
I
to do
can-
whatever the captain tells her to do, so she doesn't have to pay.
I can volunteer for that. I'm relatively nimble. I can crawl up and down the rigging and everything, I guess. I've never done it, but I mean, I'm light on my feet.
Can Brain be the
I'll
powder
show you
monkey?
how.
Oh, absolutely.
And Bray be the what?
The powder monkey?
Oh my god,
Yeah,
yes.
100%.
Yes.
Do not let Brain eat the gunpowder.
Callan, I'll show you how to deal with sales and everything. It's
Oh, lovely.
Yeah,
Yeah, what
you're a bit
about
more nimble than I am. I think the size kind of
Lucretius?
helps, but we can figure it out. I can teach you.
Din, I assume you'll be the cook.
No, I'll be
Huh?
climbing the sails with my gimp arm and leg.
Cook it
Yes,
is.
I'll be the cook.
I had a feeling you might say that.
Try not to over salt the food. The
Dude, I'm
the
sorry.
sodium.
You just have a sense of humor.
I've always had a sense of humor. You're not just funny.
I'll admit that. I'll admit that. I'm not.
All right, Callan, he's got you there. That was really funny.
I mean, that was just plain. That's just speaking truth.
And Athanasius, your brawn would certainly be useful in pulling the ropes and also manning the cannons.
Just in case we have to fight off any borders, I assume he'd come in handy.
Yes,
Do
that
you
would
have
be
any
fun.
other? Do you have any other skills that could be utilized?
Other than brute labor, probably not.
Yeah, no,
Sounds
that's
good.
that's all I can do. I'm in perfect physical condition and nothing else.
Are we missing any? Ellie?
Literally, literally the conversation we have every time whenever we start D&D is, all right, do we have everybody? Dang it, where's Kit? We forgot to
What?
text Kit.
Oh,
We always forget to text you.
is that why I always get at like
Yeah.
6:20 and you're all in here?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all
Oh,
not-
you hurt his feelings now.
Wondering why comedies always started.
Okay, so let's get it in order. Yorick, captain. Quartermaster is Kyron. Bosun is Day. Name some other roles.
I'm
Navigator.
chef.
Dennis Chef,
know,
Lorilla,
yep.
and
Lucy and Q.
I figured Lorilla and Q were navigator. I don't
Right.
know what Billy's character would be doing.
Yeah, I'm not
I-
sure either.
I figured Billy's character would be good in the quartermaster, kitchen, because he said something with herbalism. Or am I like
Also,
completely?
Don't all
Brewing.
have to have a like legit position just helping out around the ship.
Yep.
We're just gonna need deckhands.
No, there was.
Not everybody gets a name.
Fair.
Deckhand's the
That's
name.
what Callan and Zenith, I believe, are going to be filling.
Yeah.
Deckhand.
And Lucy, she's small and nimble. She could probably kind of work in the whole deckhand department too if we don't have a name for her. I imagine she could go pretty high even without climbing.
That's true. We saw what Hopper could do. Or I did, at least. Regardless, that's everything covered then, right?
Do we know what's on the ship already? Like spare boards?
No one
No.
has opened the ship
Okay.
to see anything.
Yeah.
We're cautiously awaiting the moment to go to the docks.
Should we head to the dock and see what's on it and then get our list to get things?
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds like I'm for it.
Do we
So-
have spare
so-
equipment?
Your Kyron Day Din.
What's better, Jason?
I believe this. Sorry, I'm sure I forgot someone, but it's in the Discord.
Yeah. That's good. That is totally fine. All right. So, are you guys ready to head on to the dock?
Why
then?
did I put Mordecai? Sorry.
Where's
I believe so. Yes.
Brain? Brain as well.
Rain's the powder monkey.
Ah, yes.
Mr.
That's
Brains'
so funny that
operation.
you guys
Gosh.
really did. I love the fact that you guys actually did consider it pretty heavily that like what people were going to be doing. That makes me very happy.
Hold on, we're
Yeah.
not on like another visual aid or anything, are we?
No,
Discord.
no,
No.
I posted it in the Discord.
Oh, okay. Sorry, just making sure.
Okay, so that should be everything. We're heading to the docks.
To the docks.
All right. You guys begin making your way to the docks. How incredible. It's a fun time.
We did it.
And as you guys make your way to the dock, are you just y'all just gonna head out, or like are you done, or are you ready to go and sit, etc.?
No. As in like, sorry. You say.
Yeah,
No,
so
no,
we're going to the docks to check out what the ship has already, and then depending on that, we're going to go back into town to gather supplies.
Sure. Okay. That feels a wee bit wiser. Yeah.
May I ask?
Um,
Oh,
Go ahead.
You go first, kid.
I wanted to ask one question because we hurried it past last session. I wanted to get out of the way when there's a slight moment of silence.
Sure.
You gave me a spell book with 3rd level in it. You didn't like define that. You specifically said spell book, not spell scroll.
I meant scroll.
Okay.
With like a scroll of your choosing in it.
Okay. A spell scroll by using 3rd level, my class. Thank you.
Yep.
'Cause you said like book, and I was like, so I get multiple?
It's just a very inefficient language. Each page is just one letter.
One letter.
Oh, whoa.
That's right.
Thank you.
All right. So as you guys are heading to the dock, everything seems totally fine. Everything seems to be right there up y'all's alley. You seem to know what seems to be a popping and a happening and all that sort of stuff.
Jesus.
So basically, I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. Again, you make it down there totally fine with no problem whatsoever. So now it's just kind of up to y'all about what your plan is, what you're gonna be doing.
Is is Kaylin stepped away from it, right?
She's getting groceries, I think, right?
Groceries, right?
Food.
I'm here.
Oh, you're
Sorry,
here?
Cool.
I had to run a quick errand and then I went to Food Lion and got ice cream because it's been one of those weeks.
I feel
Oh
you. It's
yeah.
hard.
But I'm
Oh,
here.
I just remembered I have ice cream.
Uh,
Okay, question real quick.
You're welcome.
Would Mike's Hard Lemonade like be a good float drink?
No.
No.
A good what drink?
Float.
drink.
Like if I poured it into ice cream?
Yeah,
malt shop.
I think
I
so.
think like a rum and coke over ice cream over Mike's Hard over ice cream.
I feel like that would only be good if it was like vanilla.
Well, I have chocolate ice cream.
Yeah, no.
That's a no
no,
for
no,
me,
no,
sir.
no.
Rum and
frosted
vanilla
lemonade
ice cream is
Chick-fil-A is very good.
fascinating.
Wait, what was
Yes.
that, Drew?
Ramen vanilla
Ramen.
ice cream. Pretty
Yes.
solid.
Oh, I thought you said ramen vanilla ice cream. I was about to be very concerned.
Bro, it's
If you had like some
No, it's-
strawberry ice cream or something, it would probably be good over it.
Ooh, yes.
Mike's hard, like strawberry or blueberry, something like fruit flavored.
Yeah, I have mango right now.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Yeah,
mango,
no.
I love that one.
I would
Oh.
put it over like what's those like a sorbet or something.
Sorbet.
That was so fancy.
Sorry. Yorick, can I see the ship again? You want to go ahead and try and open it now?
Oh, I think I'll handle it from here. So I will.
You sure?
Yes, I'm
All
sure.
right.
So I prepare myself a little bit, and I very calmly grab the raven skull that's hanging off my belt, and just whisper a few words, and then cast water walk on myself, and just myself, and then I just walk out on the water, as my feet don't go underneath, and I'll get to a safe distance and just uncork the bottle and see
There's a
what
cat?
happens. There is a cat.
Hello, cat.
As you as you uncork the bottle, just sort of a sound.
That was very
nice.
apt.
Satisfying.
Thank you. And then you can smell that there is some
Actually.
sort of a salty sea air that just immediately just pops out of it, and it just begins to fill even the salty air that you guys are around. It just sort of encompasses it. Yeah, the ship does kind of look like that, Kit.
There we go. Yep, I have one of those.
But nothing seems to happen.
Are there any words in the bottle?
Yes, I was about to say. Are we close enough? Are we close enough for him to hear us, or far enough away?
Yeah.
Are there any incantations on the portal?
Can I see if there is?
You don't see any incantations. I'll go ahead and tell you. You don't see any incantations or words written on the bottle, but maybe a different sort of maybe a broader check would maybe show you something.
Have you tried hitting it? I feel it fixes problems.
Not these kinds of problems, Din. We literally just got out of hell. I don't think he wants to die.
I've solved all of my problems by hitting them.
See,
Sorry, what was
brain
the
is
last
growing a
thing you-
brain.
What was the last thing that you said, Noah?
Which no?
I said maybe a different investigation check, a different type of looking for something may reveal. A little
Right.
bit.
Are there any things like on the ship itself? I mean, can I look inside the hole?
As you make a perception check, please, or an investigation check, please.
Oh, dang it.
Happy.
You said investigation?
That's right.
7.
As you peer down the bottle, you see someone is you see that someone is actually standing at the helm of the ship, and is doing some sort of weird movement type thing.
Oh. Hello.
Immediately just raises hands to cover the ear.
Sorry.
And then immediately just like afterwards.
And I'll whisper, how do I get you out?
Make another perception check.
Perception this time?
Yeah, make perception this time. Yeah, do perception this time.
Oh my gosh. 9. I rolled a 2.
Can I run out on the water and assist him or anything?
Can you stand still in the
You-
water? I'm just asking.
You
I
have to
can-
keep moving.
Yeah.
If I keep moving,
So you
So
can
you have
like
to run full speed around it. So that would be so distracting.
Yeah.
I'm helping.
I'm helping.
Go on, Yorick. Look at that bottle.
I
Yes,
can
I'm-
make Colin, I can make you a platform of ice. You don't have to keep running.
Well,
Do you want
what do I see
that?
with the 9?
The 9, you can see that there is that he continues to do this sort of a dance. And you notice that there are a few other crew members who are also doing the same thing.
Who's crew members?
I'll try and
Good point.
mimic their movement. And you guys have no idea what's going on right now.
You can see the bottle begin to shake a little bit, and it just sort of causes your hand to twitch a little bit.
I'll just get real jiggy with it and just
I think
start.
he's going crazy, guys.
Oh, what?
It begins to lessen. As you
Oh,
get
dang
more
it.
crazy, it doesn't happen as well.
Is this part of the spell?
I think I'll tone it down and get back into rhythm.
to pee.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Sorry, it's fine. It's fine.
They continue. I'll let you do another check.
Okay.
Then
Okay.
maybe you'd want to switch over if you're not getting good results.
23.
23. You notice that the crew that's standing there, they're less doing a jig, but they're more doing this.
Jazz hands.
Yeah.
Jazz hands.
Oh
or
my
like
god, the
shake
joke
the
from
bottle?
earlier.
I'll shake the bottle a little bit.
Nothing
No?
seems to happen whenever you shake the bottle.
Does someone need to hold the bottle for him while he does jazz hands? I'll send
Cap-
Mage Hand out there to hold the bottle for him so he can do his little dance. Like, you want some help with that?
Wait, are we 30 feet? Is
Well-
he still within 30 feet of the dock? Because
Well,
that
you
seems
guys
like a bad
don't see
idea.
any of the little people though. Like
No, I'm grabbing the bottle before you like drop it from me. It's like, you having fun with your dance?
no, it's my bottle.
How
Um,
close are we to the dock? Because it's going to be bad if it's a full-size ship. And
No,
we're
I
only
said I
30 feet.
walked. I said I walked
Oh,
a
okay.
safe distance away.
Okay,
It doesn't
so
mean anything though.
Mage Hand
mean?
can't reach that far out. It's only 30 feet.
I don't know what safe
So
distance
I
is.
mean, what? Because I got a 23, but all I got was jazz hands.
It's all they got was jazz hand. What if we all collectively did
That's
Mage
close.
Hand to do jazz hands?
Well, you don't have
I don't
one
know.
Mage
I'll
Hand.
try and do more of a jazz handed. I
How
don't
do you
know.
hold the bottle in jazz hands?
Very carefully.
Yeah, you begin to, with one hand you're up here, and the other hand you're doing a little bit of the this to this, and you're giving them the old razzle dazzle, as they say.
Yeah.
As you're giving them the old razzle dazzle, the bottle in your hand begins to shake, and you can see a little bit of a wisp of steam that begins to start coming out. Not much, but just enough as to where you know that you're on the right track.
As in, I need more people, or as in, I need to just do it more. Okay.
More people?
More people?
Guys, it's working. So is anyone able to come out here? with me?
I
mean,
can
I
get on
can
my broom.
swim.
You know what?
Hey.
I'm gonna go back over, and I'm actually going to. Well,
I swear to
Hold on.
God, if I get hit by another full-size ship again,
Wait, again, hold on.
There it is.
Sorry for another time.
there's been a lot of them. Yeah.
So
So
Thank you.
I am going to actually walk back towards the dock. I'm gonna cast Water Walk a second time, and encapsulate everyone else. I guess that covers everyone at least that's here. There's up to 10 people.
Yeah.
I think last time I went on
So
a ship and
everyone else,
crashed into an island 100 miles an hour.
I just say, okay, come on, and I cast the spell, and everyone's able to walk upon water for an hour.
Are we jazz handsing for an hour?
No, we're well, okay. Come on. There seem to be little people in here, and I think they want me and all of us to
I think
jiggle
maybe
our
that
hands.
bacon was not so good for you.
It was the sausage, and I told you so.
It's not the sausage. Just
Maybe the problem.
Magic bullshit. Is it magic bullshit?
Yes, it
All right,
often
then
is.
Let's handle it. What do you think we need to do?
Shake your hands.
Jazz hands.
Jazz hands? Jazz hands.
That's what your jazz hands are going to summon the magical ship.
Don't question it. The magic bullshit is often weird, vague, and nonsensical.
Only if you make it wrong.
So if everyone can please jazz hands with me.
It's
All
like
right,
everyone
then.
please
All right.
pray. Will everyone please bow their head?
And join me in jazz hands.
We're all jazz handsing now.
I'm using my
I'm not
mage hand
seeing
to
it on
also
the Zoom.
jazz hands.
Oh,
I don't
okay,
see
hold
it
on.
happening.
Oh.
Lorilla's off camera doing jazz hands.
That was the most happy. Oh, Brain. Someone needs to tell Brain that he's got to jazz him up.
Brain, put your hands up like this. Come on.
But why?
Just do it. I'll
Do
explain
what?
later. Do
I
this.
hate this. This is stupid.
I'm innocent.
Whoever enchanted the ship deserves pain.
Shake
So
your
much
hands.
pain.
In this case,
And be positive. It's a
Like this.
bonding.
Copy me.
It's a bonding experience, Din. Just embrace it. It's happening.
Athanasius, I swear to all that is holy and your God, if you don't move your hands like this.
Please,
Come on, man.
Athanasius.
Jazz hands for the greater good.
What is?
The sooner you jazz
Can-
hands, the sooner your quota of souls is
Honestly, thought you were
filled.
about to say jazz hands for Jesus, and I just died.
Can you see the prude?
I'm getting tired. Everybody,
Kalen's not
please
doing it.
participate.
Can I just disconnect
Okay,
my hand and
everybody.
have it up there?
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Everyone can put your hands on. You're fine.
Okay.
But
Yay.
Ellington, where was Ellington?
Ellington's not in this game.
Part of this
It's not a
party.
game right now.
He's on TikTok right now.
But he was on Zoom. That means I need to see a razzle dazzle.
The pizzazz.
Go on, get him up. Go give him a razzle dazzle.
Jason is friggin' Rocky's boxer coach, if somebody didn't know.
Did
All
it
right.
work?
You guys, yes. The bottle begins to shake uncontrollably and sort of do a this motion. And after everyone is participating in the jazz hands, the ship. What?
Sorry, before it explodes out, I just say, I just remember we're all right here. And,
running.
yeah, go ahead.
Din has no react.
I have got Brain under my arm and I'm running.
I'm hopping on the broom. Hey, Din, grab on if you want to
You
live.
can't carry Din with that broom.
I can. It'll take me 30 feet.
The bottle begins to move rather rapidly.
Din's
as it
just gonna
begins to
sigh and then just kind of like and just kind of walk, bracing for this.
The ship,
Athanasius follows Din.
the ship, roughly the size of the cork itself, flies out and sails about 80 feet away from you guys, which is really good that it does, because it's an 80-foot by 20-foot sailboat that you're looking at.
Ooh.
Oh,
My slap.
Let me
by the
give you a
ship.
little bit of I don't feel like this is metaing anything, so let me move this over here for a second, pull up my notes. What you guys are looking at is a sailing ship. It is called a it's technically classified as a gargantuan vehicle. It's an 80-foot by 20-foot. You realize that there are about 15 people on the boat already as crew, and I'll let you guys do some checking about that in a second. But just a little bit of information about it for you guys to wrap your head around it. The creature capacity is 30 crew with 20 passengers. You guys do not count as passengers. I'm meaning civilians. The cargo capacity is about 100 tons before it begins to take on water. The travel pace is about 5 miles per hour, 120 miles per day. Its damage immunity is poison and psychic. Its condition immunity is being blinded, charmed, deafened, exhausted, frightened, incapacitated, paralyzed, petrified, poisoned, prone, stunned, or unconscious because
so it's a construct.
It's a ship.
it's a boat. The hull itself of the boat has an armor class of 15 with 300 hit points. The helm has an armor class of 18 with 50 hit points. It moves by virtue of sails, which have an armor class of 12, and they have about 100 hit points. And it's 5 foot speed per 25. It's minus 5 foot speed per 25 pieces or 25 points of damage done to them. You do have weapons on the ship. You have a ballistay, and you also have a mangonel. The ballistay, it's a ranged weapon attack. You know, there are specific stats for that, but I will be playing the role of your ship just to give you guys something less to worry about. You just give me direction, and I will make sure that it happens. Basically, in the mangonel is also a ranged weapon. On its turn, the sailing ship can move using its helm. It can also fire its ballistay or the mangonel. But if it has half of its crew or fewer, it moves at half speed and can fire either the ballistay or mangonel. Make sense?
May I post the stats in the Discord?
Yes, you may.
That would be super helpful.
That's the link to the D&D Beyond for sailing ship. It may be a little bit different, but I stopped trying to keep up because it was a lot of information.
That's fair. And yeah, it's effectively the same. It's close.
I have an important question.
Yes, sir.
What is the figurehead?
A
I
mermaid.
really need to work on your definition of important, but
That's important to pirates.
Yeah, it's like pretty important to the ship that you are currently RPing, good sir.
I can show you what the what it looks like. If I can find the book, because I already have it drawn, because I figured one of you would ask this question.
It's just like a giant tongue. Because it's called the Silva tongue. It's just a giant like.
No, it's the
This right here. This is the bright creature. It sort of has like a mermaid-esque tail, looks moderately of seahorse, has basically 4 fairy wings, and has sort of a bird-like nose.
It's called a what?
Bright, B-R-I-G-H-T, bright creature. 2 iterations, just to. I've never once claimed to be an artist of any type, and that was really rough whenever I did it.
So, where did the name the Silver Tongue come from?
Good question. That should be a question, I believe, for the crew.
No, I was not told that it was called the Silver Tongue, but apparently everyone knows that.
I got that last week or the week before.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just in my notes. That's all I got.
I think you did like a perception check and saw the name or something. I forget.
I don't believe that's the case. I believe I let it slip, actually.
Oh,
Which of
Okay.
the rooms in that D&D Beyond thing would like the kitchen be in? Or am I just like
Probably
stupid?
lower deck.
Yeah, you're probably going to be in the lower deck.
Probably figure 9.
Hold
No.
or privy?
No, not the hold.
Privy? Sure.
Probably room 9, Kit.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No.
What do you mean you don't think so?
I mean, I guess I can just roast poop for you. Yeah. The privy?
No, you're not going to be in the privy.
They're not labeled.
Yeah,
Oh.
they are. In
Yeah, they
the
are.
D&D Beyond, they're labeled and then they have numbers at the bottom.
I didn't realize they had numbers. Oh.
I didn't until it started saying numbers.
Oh.
what
Yeah.
do the numbers mean?
I didn't even see that the numbers had labels. I was just looking at the figure.
Which is why I'm like, I'm just like trying to figure this out
5 then, Kit.
before I get lost.
We could combine the kitchen and the medical deck.
I mean, it's probably the other area I want to hang out in, so I'm cool with that. But like, that's a weird combination.
Oh yeah. But
Not
it
very
fits.
sanitary.
I
So
mean,
Right.
I could sanitize things as a with precipitation because like
There's
Right.
it makes
guests
sense.
that we can take over.
So I'll just walk over
All right, thank you. Sorry.
and yeah, and we can go ahead and start inspecting the ship if you would like.
That's fine by me. Excuse me. All right. As you walk over, the ship has the 15 of the crew are already putting the anchor down and are giving you guys boarding ladders.
How do we know
Okay,
it's not gonna it's not gonna fall when we get on?
Like sink or fall over.
Like, yeah. Like there's a lot of us. And that's really small.
No, it's not. It's
No.
huge.
Like,
It's huge.
I don't know. I feel like we have a lot of weight and
Hey, it's all right. We lost the elephant. We'll be fine.
Hey, the elephant was mine. No.
but like how does it
Was.
not? How does it stay on top?
How does boats work?
Can we sidestep this and go up the ladders now?
To be honest,
Thank you, Devin.
no problem. I was trying to answer that as well for him, but it's a little bit difficult when I know how to keep up a ship and not really how them
Organized.
work.
Right. I literally could care less about the actual
Physics.
ability as long as it works.
I like abilities.
I just
Numbers are
want
fun.
to know that someone knows that it will work.
Oh yeah, Brain. I've been on so many of these. We're good.
I'll go ahead and start climbing the ladder first.
What's holding up the process?
If you want us to go, like if you want me to go first, I will.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Okay. So I'll climb up the ladder too, and I'll just stand up on the deck and just wave.
All right.
I'll go behind Brain, I guess. I know it's fine,
Noah,
but-
can Din cautiously whistle while he tries to climb this thing
Yeah.
to make sure it doesn't launch?
Yeah, no, you can cautiously whistle. Go ahead and make a performance check, please.
Oh god.
Yes.
24.
As you begin to whistle, the
Can
entire rest
immediately
of the crew begins whistling the exact same tone as what you were whistling, regardless of having ever heard it before, even if you begin to modulate the tone itself.
Stop doing that.
Din flinches just a little bit.
Stop doing that. I don't like it. That's
Say the ship's
Is
not
it
gonna
Buzz
launch.
whistle?
We're good. Ship's not going anywhere. Not gonna fly. Not gonna blast off. No gears. Nothing.
Either way, it's our only trip. It's our
Why are
only
you
ticket out.
whistling? Why are they whistling when you're whistling? I don't
I
like
don't know why
that.
they're whistling. I was making sure the ship wasn't magically powered by whistles.
Who ever heard of a magically
And you decided
powered
to do that
ship?
while climbing up the side of the ship.
So then I'd be thrown off instead of thrown through it.
Ah, okay. Sure.
But
Yeah.
either way, singing and merriment and music should be allowed on the ship, and it will be an integral part of our journey.
Yes, it will.
Where's
You
the
have no
wax?
idea.
Uh-oh.
I have shanties.
No.
Same.
I do. I do too.
I have a loot.
I think we all have shanties.
I have Bardoon shanties.
Do you have a golden
Ooh.
heart yet?
I don't have a golden heart yet. I'm working on it.
All right.
Yo, send that my way.
Let's just look around then, I guess.
Yeah. I want to check out the crew
Oh, I
first.
lost a D10. Sorry.
Please go
Go ahead.
ahead and make a we'll go perception for you. There you go. Should be investigation, but we'll go perception.
York, I'll roll with you. So.
A merciful
17.
god, this DM he is.
Ah,
Allowing
17
the
if it's perception.
Yeah. 17. Every single one of these people looks the exact same. Identical.
are they a person?
Every
we
single one of them looks a little bit like me, but more with a little bit of a curly stash.
Salvador Dali.
And they approach but cautiously. And they give a salute.
I return it.
And they bring it down. One of them does approach a little bit more prominent than the others, even though while looking the exact same, you can all tell that they respect that one. Well, hello. It is mighty fine to finally see the new owner of the Silver Tongue. It's a great pleasure to see all of you as the owners of the Silver Tongue. It's very nice.
Now, what is your name?
I have no name. I'm a crewman.
We just yell crewman. We need one of you.
You yell crewman, I answer.
Do we need a number with that or just crewman?
Crewman is fine. Or crew. Or man.
Man? Where?
There he is.
So
Jesus.
What about seaman?
No.
I respond to seaman.
Good. You'll be of good use to us.
You and I have that in common.
So I'm glad that you
Strike
are.
it. Put it in the quote, but strike it. Dang it.
Welcome.
One.
I'm glad that you are
Might be
willing.
one of the quotes. That's the question.
I'm
Quote
glad
or
you're
not to
willing
quote.
to change owners so freely. Is this just how you all live?
How we live is an interesting question. We live as crewmen.
Right.
Um,
Right. Well, I shall be your new captain. What can you tell me about the capabilities of this here ship?
We are well armed. We travel fast for our size. We can hold a lot of cargo. We can get you from place to place. You all will be able to find your quarters very easily. It's not usual in our history that we take many passengers with us. It's usually just us crewmen and our fellow compatriots.
Yorick.
Dude's playing League of Legends.
Yorick. Or I could cast message, I guess.
I am trying to listen to the crewman here. What is it?
Ask who the previous owner was.
It doesn't really matter.
Matter if we run into them.
At least not right now.
Are these crewmen all the same person?
They look to be.
Is that Brain or Casey?
A little bit.
That was Casey.
It's a little bit, it's the same question, but asked more straightforward than it would have been otherwise.
They look to be the same person. They look exactly identical to me.
Does this look like, what's that spell? I can't think of the word right now, but is it
Mirror image.
Mirror image?
No.
Simulacrum.
Clone?
Simulacrum. Is it like that? Does it seem like that?
Like Gron?
It seems a little bit like Gron, but not quite. No. It does not seem as though there is a spell that is controlling these creatures.
So a spell doesn't even bind them to the ship?
I'm sorry?
Like, are they bound to the ship?
Oh, yes. Oh, very much so. They live to be of the ship until it sinks. That is made clear to whenever they're explaining the situation to York.
Right.
Weird.
So if I have a conversation with you, and I just point at one of them, can I ask you about it later? Are you twins or are you the same?
We are the same. We are the crewmen.
Men.
The
We are the
crew.
crewmen.
Brain, the crew. Just crew.
I don't like that.
I
We
don't
are
really
crew.
either. They are the crew. You're the crew. They're the crew.
Like
Part of
it's
the
or
ship,
not,
part of the crew, part of the ship, part of the crew.
Yeah, exactly.
like it's or not, they're what we've got to
I-
work with.
Oh man, did I do that?
So I
did.
imagine that
Hoist
We
him up by the
have a
bootstraps.
cruise ship.
York's asking a question.
I imagine as all of you are crew of this Silver Tongue, that you can run it effectively by yourselves.
We've lost a few from our previous encounters. But now, with the help of you all, certainly we would have almost enough to fully run it at exactly the caliber that we once had in our great stronghold.
Well, very well. And I assume that you're completely loyal to whoever owns this ship then.
That is correct, Captain. Thank you.
Well, thank
Oh.
you.
Armed and armored are these guys?
That's a good question. Den, go ahead and please make a perception check.
We got that's a 7.
Oof. What's your wisdom score?
14. I didn't put a perception. Why would I do that?
Dan
That's
has
helpful.
historically bad rolls with perception.
I
Not,
do. I have really bad perception.
not Kit, Din.
Yeah, no, just Den. Everyone else, I roll fine. Den 4, 3, 5. What does my 7 get me?
They have no armor whatsoever that it looks like. None whatsoever on their person. At most of what they are carrying in terms of weaponry is rope and daggers and knives to be able to cut things if necessary. Purely a mechanical side of things. Surely there is some sort of a armory. Armory is sort of a loose term, an armor storage facility, a weapon storage facility on the ship.
We might have to stock up the armory. There we go.
Right.
It is stocked. It is stocked. They're just not bearing.
Oh, so everything is.
So as far as supplies, crew, do we need any before we sail?
Captain, you will find that we already have provided rations as well as meals that have been preserved in salt for your consumption, as well as the consumption of the rest of the people who are with you. We have already ensured that everything that will be happening on the ship will be, as they say, ship shape.
How long were you in the bottle?
It grows quiet.
Does time pass for you in the bottle?
Silence is met.
I feel your pain.
Crew, please answer.
We have been in the bottle for roughly 3,000 years by our take.
He's such a crick in the neck.
No wonder they
You know,
were
it's going to be a problem if they only answer to you. Like if we can't even talk to them.
No, we
No.
will answer to all. We
That's
will
the feeling
answer
that
command.
He said
Ah.
we have equal share.
Answer to command only. So if I say, "Hey, answer my question," da da da.
That's right.
How, if we need to put you back for transport, not for long term, but to get like across a city or something, is that easy?
Get the ship
All,
fly
all
like
you have
tables?
to do, all you have to do is remove yourself from the ship or be stuck, and do the same ritual as when you brought us out.
I don't like that ritual. Can we change it? Sorry.
Unfortunately, not.
Jazz
Who-
hands stay.
Crew.
Such a funny little
Yes.
stupid thing.
I hate it.
Such a
How did
stupid
you
thing.
arrive? Never mind. I'll ask later.
Kiss of Casey,
Yeah.
probably.
It had nothing to do with me. The
No, it's
only
because you
reason I hated
mentioned
it-
jazz hands.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was bringing it back from that. Yeah.
Oh. the last conversation Noah and I had about jazz hands is the only reason that I hate it so much.
You can tell that story at halftime. It's a funny story. Continue.
Crew, I have a question myself. Who sealed you in the bottle?
Someone from long ago who I do not believe you will have encountered.
May I have their name, please?
The man who sealed us in this boat for 3,000 years was a man called Tabo.
Yeah, you're
Said
right.
his
I haven't
name
heard
like 3
this name.
times.
I've even heard of him. Wow.
I've met him.
You what?
He's the
Whenever we
greatest-
were, this is worth us telling, I believe. We were a friend of Tabo's, but Tabo was not all of what he seemed when we met. He was accompanied by a younger fellow, a man by the name of Roger, son of Richard. And when we encountered this Tabo, we served with him for many years, fighting a great evil. But then, due to unfortunate circumstance, he and Roger, son of Richard, decided that they needed to continue on alone. He left us to man the ship as best as what we could, the Silver Tongue. As we manned the Silver Tongue, all that is left of the memory that we had prior to being in the bottle was him giving a swift whistle, walking away as arrogantly as what he arrived on the ship doing this. So we are in service of you all now, and it is a great honor.
A dick.
You never would have guessed from when I met him.
You have met this Tabo. How is he?
He's retired now, but he was a great help when we met him.
Yes, he got us where we needed to go at record pace. Speeds not seen on the surface of Bardoon and maybe since before you got sealed. For
We
what
came
it's
to
worth.
we came to our piece of Tabo a few thousand years ago.
For what it's worth, crewman, I'm sorry all of you got sealed.
Thank you, sir.
3,000 years isn't a time anyone should have to spend in isolation.
Thank you, sir. We do appreciate it. But a heading, yes?
Yes.
We get to sail again.
Yes, very much so. Captain Yorick, enlighten them on our journey's destination.
But first, Casey has his hand raised.
Right.
Sorry.
Have we seen Tabo since the end of season 5?
Nope, just sort of
Dennis is saying
whispered
he's
it away
retired
and-
because he knew he was
Yeah.
retired after the Legionnaires incident when he was the general. Din would know he's done.
Right. So I don't think he was 3,000 years old when we did last see him.
Right.
He
Because Din knew him for a few hundred years. I don't think he's that old.
So
I know he was a dark elf, but
as
Mhm.
a player would propose that while we may have not had but a 2-week time skip for the party, that does not say anything about the world that we are in.
Also, wait, hold on. 3,000 years, right?
Yeah.
The world we know only goes into what, 3,100 ish?
3,105. So
Yeah.
just
Can we
before
just
the
skip to
second
6,100?
How do they already have boats at 100 something?
That means
No,
that's
no.
been around at the first war.
Well, yeah, I guess.
That
Yeah.
means that Tabo would have been there for the creation of the dragons, and I don't think that that's the case.
Hey, DM. As somebody
Devin.
who did not go through all of this shit with the timelines being rewritten, what year is it?
Oh, that's a really good question. The year is 3,105.
Wait, was it the year 3000?
It was
No,
105.
Hey,
Yeah, it
No,
was.
it was 108, wasn't it?
No,
No,
it was
it was
3,105.
3,105.
We just had the new year right after the collapse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You guys are asking very interesting questions, and I like it.
3,105. Okay.
Oh my god, it's paranoia.
What is the marker for starting off
Mhm.
the centuries, the years? Is there like a AD, BC?
I believe that when Noah and I last talked about it, we said that it resets after every collapse.
Hilarious.
He's giggling, so I feel like I asked something that might be right.
I feel confident that he
Oh my
after the
god.
collapse. And
Oh,
Because now this is for me asking. When we first got the time at year 0, it was creation. Because
That's right.
I'm the one who recommended we go find the table of creationers, which we now know to up in Sky S.
That's
We
right.
got to.
okay, I would like to propose that the collapse could be seen as a form of creation.
Oh my
That's
god,
correct.
it's friggin' it's the Big Bang Big Crunch theory. Oh
Okay,
It's
god.
been
every ti-
3,105
oh.
years since the collapse
No,
that
I
you
just-
all
I-
caused.
No.
As a
wait.
DM, I really need you to tell me whether or not I'm having a galaxy brain moment or I'm like being
Yeah, right.
right now.
Casey, let me go ahead and
Wait,
tell
huh?
you.
Wait.
Casey, let me go ahead and
God.
tell you. I have never been so proud of your galaxy brain.
Oh
So-
my god.
It's been 3,105 years.
No, not quite. Not quite. Because it gets a little bit complicated.
So the collapse happened.
Hang on, can we go to halftime and then talk about this? Because I feel like I need a cigarette.
God, so much. I don't want to drop what I'm thinking.
No.
Would this ruin the game for you guys if I explained a little bit?
No.
No.
Can I
No.
say what I'm thinking?
Don't
I
explain
forget it.
or
No,
do
we said it would not ruin the
Explain.
game. It will not ruin the game. Please fucking explain.
Please explain,
Yes,
please.
Get
Because
ready for the biggest lore dump of all of Unbardoon.
We're still
Okay,
recording, right? Yeah. Okay, cool.
Halftime. First, I beg of you, please. It is 9:01.
No,
No.
we're on a roll. Oh my
No,
god,
we
you
can't
can't. I
stop
can't sit here
now.
for 15
Hold
minutes
on.
wondering about this.
No. Tell us.
Matt has a question. Matt has a question.
because Lorilla has contacted somebody that she knew, her grandmother,
After we
after
got out of hell.
hell. So how did her grandmother live 3,000 years? Like,
Or did
Everyone
it
3,000
happen while we
years.
were asleep or something?
Soul sleep.
Let me give a moment of clarification.
Yes, please.
please.
Your grin is just so evil and I love it. Stop.
The eras or what you guys know as history, starting from the creation, the first, second, third war, etc., on the birth of dragons, the birth of Bannisteers, all the way to Bale Blood. Creation is an interesting thing. The creation that you all know as Year Zero was a collapse.
Understandable.
The collapse that you all have most recently caused
What was the creation?
would also categorize itself as the beginning of Year Zero
Yes.
for the new understanding of Year Zero. Hear me out.
Poor God.
This is where it's gonna get fun. Based off of what you all do within this Unbardoon year will determine if it stays and will continue on, or if it will actually be Year Zero. This is the biggest intermission. The reason that it immediately did not become Year Zero whenever you guys returned was because there are people that still exist. The collapse usually does not let people exist. However, there are a few of you within the party that are almost immune to a collapse. And I think you all may be able to figure out who you were based off of some previous storytelling elements that we've given away before. Those of you who are maybe able to pass from 1D to the next and did not have graves. Because of that, the collapse, while being a full convergence, and while bringing many elements of Bardoon in together, was not actually the collapse like a beginning of a new yet. Because the collapse will continue throughout this year of Unbardoon.
Oh my god.
So what you're saying is if we find everybody who's immune to this effect and kill them, we'll go to year 0.
That's right.
Have fun with Cydoon.
This is
And, like,
fucking Dark Souls. Oh my god.
Never played it.
This is basically Dark Souls.
So what I was trying to say just like a few minutes ago before starting this. All right. That circle of creationers up in Sky Esper.
That's not.
We started that collapse, this collapse we're doing right now, with that 17-year time skip that I caused with the holes punched in that deity circle and the rest of the world.
That's right.
That started the collapse, which was then escalated by Devin and names. Avonlea, thank you. Sorry, stutters. Hopping around, popping more holes in it.
That's right.
On top of the ones I already
by
punched.
Cass, and confirmed by Cass's wish.
That's right.
Because Cass had also, right after we had done the right before time skip, she popped more holes in that with the moon funneling gas into the planet.
That's right.
And so because there's a new collapse going on, that means Sky Esper is probably now redoing itself. Because it's going to be new deities?
So
welcome to this incredible little list that I've got right here that I'm going to share with you guys.
I'm upset, kid.
How do you learn the first list of deities yet?
Wait, this is a new one?
I haven't even finished posting the first list of deities yet.
Oh my god! Are you
Hold on, how is
serious?
this-
I was halfway through.
Hear me
How
out.
is this going to affect Athanasius? Oh.
So, you may have noticed that there is potentially a little bit of a discourse between what you guys know as, let's just take the Raven Queen, for instance.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of a things like I mean we have to do with her, yeah.
Yeah.
And that there may be a little bit of a incongruency with how a few of you players have known the Raven Queen previously. But maybe that the Raven Queen changed names and changed a little bit of their essence as well.
What's her name now?
Jason? Azura Lee.
Azura Jolie.
Spell that. Spell that.
So
the Raven Queen's a Lee?
Yes.
Which makes
Spell
her
that?
wait, no, that would make her a tutelary deity and no longer part of the major pantheon.
Actually, that's gotten rearranged.
Dude, it took us like 3 hours to settle on that.
Yeah, and it took me about 30 minutes to destroy it and recreate it in the way that I wanted.
Could you spell that name, please?
AZURA
Okay.
dash XO
Dash XO. Okay.
space LI. Yeah.
LI. Okay, because I still have problems with the Raven Queen from killing Foop.
I
I
have
killed more than that.
I have a
Well,
question.
Foop was like
Tim.
her like thing.
So all of this to say, and then we'll get to Noah's question. All of this to say is almost entirely, completely unconsequential to you all in this moment because of the direction that I'm taking this campaign, where it's so much smaller. So all of your understanding of this is great and is very funny for you all to be able to see what's been working up in my head whenever I've been piecing together these little do flips and helping you guys build your characters through session from session, and that the collapse is actually an ongoing thing, and that's the reason we had to begin at the lunar cycle, or the lunar cycle as well as the yearly cycle. So those expect basically on every tri-lunar cycle there's going to be something fun that happens that'll be revealed with that, but basically it'll have no consequence. Basically. However, Kit has brought up something very interesting. Sky S4. I'm very much so looking forward to the day if you guys decide to go back there because it's a blast.
So
Will
gotta-
it still have a different time frame? Because I really hate that.
Because Sky S4 was the first part that actually collapsed. Because Sky S4 exists sort of outside of a Bardoon, it actually is fully collapsed and had already begun year 0, but 17 years ago, or more than 17 years ago.
So what you're saying is time in Bardoon is now a sliding scale towards fucking either oblivion or a continued existence.
What he's saying is what I've been telling you all for over a year now. Time isn't real, and neither are you.
Oh my god! No, you can be quiet, please.
I got some more questions because like
I have a big
Alright.
question, but you go first, Kit.
so. I got a lot connected with a deity, and I'm trying to figure that out.
Yep, Athanasius does too.
Because Bane's chair was cracked at the time. I'm kind of linked with that.
Oh yeah.
Bane still exists.
Hey, does that mean there's the possibility of people ascending?
Or descending, I guess.
Oh man, that's bringing up some more of the religious questions. Whenever Saidoon ascended, that also created a hole, by the way, in case you didn't know. So there's just these continuous holes. It's like poking a hole in a plastic jug, you know, like a milk jug or whatever. Eventually, the milk will run out. You guys are on the timer of the milk coming out, or sand, however you want to look at it. It doesn't matter. Ascension, absolutely possible. It's fun. Your relationship to Bane exists. I'm gonna leave that one there.
What you do?
What about Athanasius and I mean like literally his entire religious order? Like the whole point of like who he is and what he's doing.
Your religious order has not changed whatsoever, and nor will it, depending on how this next year goes.
Okay.
Any
Well,
other
again,
gods?
mine, I purposefully chose one. Not only that it made sense, but it happened to be, to my understanding, part of like the major pantheon, which again,
It is.
So,
It still is.
okay.
Have-
Jazir is still maybe not the same name, but I guess because of this. Would I still be referring to the same entity?
Yes, Azure Zoli is still, yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
cool. But our
Um,
understanding of those
that-
entities are changing. Basically.
Right.
Okay.
Yes,
that-
Kit.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Yeah, okay.
Just any more deities change, like Dolorau, Jolera? Any more of those? Because those were linked to continents. And those continents,
right.
as you just said, are changing.
As well as Celine and Pervade, as well as the Oak, as well as Dechrome.
What about Ashava?
Ashavel is still very much so active, but in a different capacity. Yeah,
Chase the guard, killed him with rollers.
Asha.
They were kind of a minor deity anyway.
I was happy with that though.
Noah has some questions.
Yeah. So, what? How impactful was that wish that I made that may or may not have really fucked some shit up now? Because you're talking about punching these holes. And,
Noah, let me tell you, buddy, you slowed it down.
It's all your fault.
Really?
What?
You slowed it down by putting things into a more stable position before the Banaseers sort of reduced a little bit of those holes.
It's like when you're playing Jenga and you pull a block out and the tower goes to fall, but instead it just falls straight down.
Straight down? Oh my god! I did something right.
Yeah, that's a good description, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Casey's big brain is just
All
like,
right,
he's killing
I got a
everything.
few more
has a
questions.
question. Jason has
Oh,
hand
sorry.
raised.
Yep, sorry.
So I know this is just a wording thing, but did you mean that Saidoon ascended?
I thought that's what was.
I'm pretty sure that's what we had called it before, wasn't it?
I thought.
No.
When I say
I
ascended,
mean,
like,
he
become
To
a god.
God, to godhood.
taken.
Like,
Oh,
like
no, not
celestial
ascended
hood
as
or
would
to
he-
godhood?
Okay,
Oh,
because
no,
that
is
would
Siduna
was
demigod
like-
now?
Ascended to the window is like what he just
Oh.
said. Not like
Yes,
full like
right.
godhood ascension.
That I
Ellington, shut
would
up.
be with
Ellington, shut up.
No, because if he did ascend to godhood, that'd be dope.
And somehow Ellington's comment just sort of got a little bit redeemed on the impression that Sidun ascended to godhood, because
So
you
as
can just
far as
imagine someone in a congregation praying to Daddy God, but instead it's just Daddy Sidun.
Hello there. It's just Zeus.
It's bad.
All right, few more questions. This is for Kit. So I know how little you take
after this
from like.
question, we are going to call halftime, and then we'll reconvene.
Okay, I know how little you take from PHP, but that's kind of like my only grounding, because that's what I got.
You must unlearn what you have learned.
I can't do that. I have four editions ingrained. Tell 5.
What's your question?
Okay, so since we're doing deities, let's go level below. What about like the Blood War? The Blood War is the war between the Abyss and Infernal.
And it's
Never
the
happened.
sickest
Demons and
shit.
devils.
It never,
Never
happened.
The
Well,
fuck?
yeah,
What?
we've always had like more or less a completely different cosmology. You can't expect
Right.
Which was
What
what
he
I'm
said.
asking.
events like that to be.
Yeah, that never happened within Unbardun anyways.
Okay, there is no Blood War. Okay. Sad face.
You can
Dude,
start a new one.
Fuck
I mean,
yeah.
We're going to.
we were
All right.
there. You could have tried, Dan. We were there.
If you guys have other questions that you think about during halftime, I encourage you to put them into the questions for your DM via Discord. But the time now is 9:16. Let's I see Jason already asked me a question, but I answered it. Did Sidun actually ascend? Oof, sorry,
I have a
bad wording.
stat block for like Ascension from 3.5 if you want that, because there's an entire book on that. That and good aligned things. Do you want that?
Devin.
Wait, what? Oh,
was that Ellington or was that Devin?
That was Devin.
I have a question. What the fuck?
I'm gonna yeah, everyone take your halftime. It's 9:16. I'll be answering a few of these. I do have to go to the bathroom at some
So
point.
Noah, do you want that?
No, I'm not
No?
gonna be ascending anybody for a minute.
Okay, because I have the opposite as well.
Would it be possible to imbue an item with the effects of enlarge, reduce, but like multiple castings of the spell? Absolutely. To continually reduce it or to continually enhance it, I would say that both are in fact possible if it's cast as a ritual enough, and you could in fact shrink down the size of, let's say, a boat to fit into a
So
bottle.
how many times would you need to cast it to take someone from, say, small to, say, colossal?
8, I would think.
It would have to be a willing creature. I am thinking more because you said imbue an item.
Yeah, like a pendant or something, like a Ben 10 watch maybe.
Yeah, the pendant would get rather large, but the wearer would not.
I'm sorry?
I said the pendant could get large, but the wearer would not.
That's not cool, my guy.
You said item.
Yeah, and right.
I think you meant for like the item to have like the effect built into it, and then you hit it, and then it hits you multiple times.
Yeah.
Because
he
by
knew.
5e rules, so long as it's from other sources, you're cool. Because one person can only do one of them, but if you have 8 people, you have 8 effects. There is no cap on the enlarge portion of enlarge/reduce, but there is a cap on the reduce. Because they removed the cap on enlarge when 5e came out. I don't know why, but they did.
Yeah. Basically, I want a goblin kaiju.
So if we get 8 people and cast it on him, he would be increased 8 times.
Then I could ride on his shoulders.
Correct.
All of you can.
Devin, to answer your incredible question, what the fuck? Some people do know what the fuck. Conversely, I happen to know diddly squat. Others that I know of have proclaimed to know jack shit. Your confusion about what this may be your own. For instance, what are you pointing at when you say, what the fuck? Did you just smell something? Are you witnessing two people doing something and you're not sure if it is fuck or the fuck? Maybe they were just wrestling. For some, this is a
Are you
common
reading
greeting
off
wherever
of
they go, i.e., hey Joe, or what the fuck, man?
Yeah, he's
And
he's
then
biting it.
and then Joe tells you what the fuck is, if there is in fact one. Here is gathered a series of fucks of an indeterminate nature to be pursued and possibly even given a determination of what the fuck is and is not, provided that the answer to that question is not already common knowledge. Many times the fuck is given first, and then the question what the fuck is answered in a sort of reverse game of Jeopardy. So to answer your question, what the fuck, the answer in fact is what is fuck. I gotta pee. That was maybe the most fun bit of linguistic I've enjoyed within a few years at least. That was fun.
Okay.
On an
Okay.
unrelated note, I bought myself a plant for my birthday, and its name is Fernando.
Fernando.
And I definitely, the entire ride home with this plant in my car, was playing the song from Mamma Mia 2.
I was legit about to say, like, the
Yes.
second you said Fernando, I was like, that song got stuck in my head and will be there forever now.
Wait, wasn't Fernando the one that I proposed?
Yes, it is.
Hey,
Since we're here,
that was the
how
only
does
one
Ja-
that didn't actually like you didn't have to change it for the pun. It just was already a pun.
Since we're here, how does James want his swords enchanted?
Babe, how do you want your swords enchanted?
What are my options?
What are his options?
I got three. One, like the blade disappears or pops off and the shadow blade comes out. Two, the shadow blade surrounds the blade, so it's still physical and you weapon damage, but it's still physical.
So a shadow lightsaber.
Well, yeah. So first one's kind of like a shadow lightsaber. Third one's a solid with the lightsaber around it. The third one is we wait a bit and we get cooler things for it,
We wait a bit and what?
and get cooler things for it.
And what would that be?
I mean, Casey and I were discussing on how to get liquid agony.
Okay.
It's a super strong enchanting component. And then I've also been working on a component for like souls. So we could try that, or we could just enchant your swords now.
No, I'm interested. I trust you.
Okay. Though I think I don't know if anyone English. Okay. I don't think we have tried to like over enchant an item, as in like once an item, let's say you have a +1 sword and you're done. You then come back to that sword later and enchant it again. You're normally able to do that, but I don't know how Noah does that. Because no one's tried to my knowledge. Jason, do you know?
Sorry, I was typing something. What would
Has
I know?
anyone tried to enchant an item twice? Like if you make a +1 sword, you're done, come back later, try to put like a fire effect on it or something like that.
I don't
You're-
think so.
No, okay.
Sounds like a
okay.
disaster.
No, you can normally do so. So long as your next effect is more powerful than the first one, it works. Or it's like brand new to like the item. But it gets harder and harder each time. Otherwise you just fail. That's how it used to go, at least. 5e doesn't have that. It's just pour gold into pot and bam, magic weapon. Okay then.
Cool.
I will try and get cooler magic ingredients.
Believe in you.
Okay. Who wants to volunteer for the to extract pain from?
So what is that?
Okay, so I've been showing Casey some fun books. One of them was a book that was written to completely define evil in D&D. From evil creatures to evil enhanced spells, vile spells, corruptions, taint, descending, devils, demons, and using drugs, and as well as extracting pain and using souls as magical items and magical enhancements. So like you know how I use like souls for enchanting my items? That is a table in there.
Right.
And
Okay.
and extracting pain is generally a simple thing, but it's more of a you take 24 hours with something that is incapacitated or restrained. And then you over those 24 hours slowly extract agony out of them into a little vial of liquid. You can either use that as some sort of like enhancer, or you can use it as an XP replacement for enchanting. Because enchanting back in the day used to take XP. I don't know currently for 5e. And that's how it can be used.
There are no rules in 5e.
Yeah. So
That's the rule. There are no rules.
So with the so with the soul thing, I noticed that whenever we first encountered it, you like, well, I know that you put the soul into an item in the catacomb. I believe that was the first one that you did.
Yes, that is also a thing in that book. This is where I'm getting
Okay,
these ideas
I know Noah just like let you do that. I didn't know if that was something you had discussed with him or.
I just asked because 5e just gives you a very broad general statement. I'm like, what does this allow?
Okay, because I was wondering if I would be able to do the same thing.
Do you have the same thing as me?
As far as like seeing souls,
I guess,
like
yeah.
in my shadows.
Are you?
No,
I am both Shadow Sorcerer, Haunted One,
but
and Noah through and Baleblood
I have
things.
a lot of connection with death.
Okay, so
Right. I have a strong connection with death, though.
if you'd like me to
So to
define
speak.
what it was either an item, a feat, or a spell you could take. And normally, other than having like a connection like you have there, you must first have a connection in order to learn those things. That was the prerequisites. Otherwise, it was generally considered as a very evil thing. It was an evil spell, an evil feat, or a not very moral item.
Right.
So you would take some to your alignment to do so, but yeah, if Noah would be cool with it, I could like give him like the spell and the item, and you would definitely be more attached to those things logically. I can say nothing definitively because it's all up to Noah.
Right. Oh, hey, Billy.
Would you like that? Oh, Billy here?
Yeah, Billy.
Hey, Billy.
Messaged.
We're in break right now. Perfect time.
Yeah, I mean, if you
want recap.
We got a boat called the Silver Tongue. There's like 13 crewmen. They're all called the crew, the crewmen, or the men. They are all the same. We went over a really large amount of like world building with the universe and how the collapse went, and the deities.
But it is of no consequence.
But there's no current
right
consequence right now. We are about to go over where we're going and inventory.
Right, and if you look in, if you look in the Discord, I posted the ship like crew roles. If you want to see that, we just put you as a deckhand for now.
Is there like a manifest or something?
A manifest in what way?
A roster.
I mean, I posted the one of all of our party members.
Oh, Casey.
15 additional seamen.
Right. They can fill the gaps.
Okay, so Casey, I have worked out for that thing the XP problem a little bit. I think. See that?
I didn't know there was an XP problem to begin with.
It's more of specific leveling.